Sorry it's been so long since I've posted. Lots been going on and been working full-time. Not to make excuses, but basically making these videos was a lot more work than I thought it was gonna be. So I kind of took a step back, but I felt like I was doing a little bit of a disservice by not posting these. So I'm gonna try to start again. It probably won't be every week, but I'm hoping to do at least 2 a month. I've come up with some great ideas. I have a bunch of cage upgrades coming up pretty soon. So I want to do all of that and just keep showing you guys what I'm doing with all of my animals and hopefully continue educating people about these awesome animals. So today I had to do some maintenance on my Tiger Salamander Paludarium. Just the soil was breaking down a lot. It's probably been there for close to a year with little maintenance done on it other than water changes for the pond and things like that. So I wanted to add a bunch of new substrate and freshen it up, and I had to find the tiger salamanders that are part of the mole salamander family, so they burrow down in the earth. So all of that was super fun, but it looks way better now and I feel way better about it. So I will take you along on that journey and show you what went into just kind of the maintenance of an existing vivarium slash paludarium. And so stay tuned. Here are some of the materials that I used for the substrates, and then kind of what their cage looked like beforehand. You can see how dingy the soil was and how much of it has broken down, and the plants have grown like crazy. So then I started looking for the salamanders. One of them was pretty easy to find and I found fairly quickly, and the other one I really had to dig through all the substrate to find. You can start to see where their burrows are, but when it comes to actually finding them, it's a lot more challenging. I put them over in a storage container, and then I just start cutting away a lot of the plants that have overgrown. I only want minimal plants in here, so I ended up cutting away quite a bit. There's especially the Pothos grows like crazy, so I really wanted to cut a lot of that down and then start adding substrate. I added the Josh's Frogs ABG mix along with the jungle mix, and then just dry cocoa fiber and different mosses, just to help kind of add some new life to it. It had gotten just a little bit stagnant, so I wanted to make sure I included some activated carbon as well, just to help with aeration. And I think some of my cleanup crew had died off, so I also added new isopods and springtails in there as well. I use a lot of this forest moss just as the barrier between the land and the water for the pond in there. That was me adding my new cleanup crew, and I will probably even add more later just because there is such deep substrate. And I kind of just layered it all on top of each other until I was happy with how it looked. I misted it down to try to clear off some of the plants, and then added back in their 2 hides. They have kind of a half log and then just some cork bark hides. And then I got to add the salamanders back in. I have 2 tiger salamanders that live in here. This is a 40-gallon breeder tank, and they've got probably about 4 inches of substrate on the shallow end and close to 8 inches on the deep end. This is Tony. He's presumably the male. Really, I don't know the sex of either. I just call one a male and call the other a female. And then the second one here is Sally. I have had these guys for probably about 3 or 4 years now, and I got them when they were juveniles. This is kind of the after shot of after it was all upgraded. So you can see their hides back on this side. The plants have been trimmed down considerably. And then going down into the water, I have that moss kind of layer, and then this pond. I think Tony was already in there bathing, swimming around. They love to explore in there. I also have guppies that live inside the pond, which I tried to show here, and of course they were all over checking out the salamander instead of swimming right here. So the drainage layer of this tank is actually, the water runs all the way down underneath, so it's kind of a full filtration. So it's a little bit different than a lot of other vivariums, but it keeps it just a little bit lighter weight than if I was to use rock as a drainage layer, so I like it. And then for some fun here at the end, I went ahead and fed each of them. This one got a cockroach. Watching them eat is the most fun. I feed dubia roaches, superworms, earthworms, occasionally chicken liver, all sorts of things to these guys. They get calcium dust, and most of their food consists of insects. You have to be careful with tiger salamanders that they don't become obese, because they love to eat. They will eat and eat and eat. So Tony in the water here got a superworm, and I do crush the heads of the superworms before I feed them, just so that they can't pinch them at all. So they can eat in the water and on land, which is pretty neat. I really like these guys. They have a lot of personality and they're a ton of fun, and I love that I get to keep them in this naturalistic environment right in our living room, which is super cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of your support. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, stay safe. I'll see you later.